You know that feeling. The date was perfect. You laughed for hours. The connection felt electric. And then, nothing. You're staring at your phone, and the silence is so loud it's making you question everything. You start wondering, does he even think about me when I'm not around? That silence can be deafening. It sends you spiraling, replaying every moment, analyzing every word, and letting anxiety and self-doubt creep in. It's a terrible, powerless feeling that can chip away at your confidence. But what if I told you there's a psychological blueprint to not just make him miss you, but to make the memory of you so powerful that he craves your presence? And no, this has nothing to do with those old manipulative games you've heard a million times. The common advice to just play hard to get or use a strict no-contact rule often feels fake and can seriously backfire, creating confusion instead of genuine desire. Stick with me, because we're about to uncover the psychological secrets to becoming the woman he can't stop thinking about. We're going to move beyond the shallow tricks and get to the heart of real human connection and attraction. Let's dive in. Step 1. The Unforgettable Experience Blueprint. Before we get into the steps, you need to understand one core principle that governs attraction and longing. I call it the Unforgettable Experience Blueprint. The idea is simple. A man doesn't miss you just because you're gone. He misses the feeling he only gets when he's with you. The key isn't to manufacture absence, but to create such a unique and positive emotional impact that your absence creates a real void in his life. He doesn't just miss you. He misses who he is and how he feels when he's in your presence. Think about it. We're all wired to seek out peak emotional experiences. We remember the moments that made us feel truly alive, deeply seen, or incredibly happy, far more than the boring day-to-day stuff. This is why experiences that trigger a strong emotional response are so memorable, and it's the foundation of this blueprint. This isn't about manipulating his emotions, it's about becoming the architect of memorable, positive feelings. When you are the source of emotions he can't find anywhere else, your presence becomes something he craves, and your absence becomes something he actively tries to fix. This also taps into a concept called emotional imprinting. Just like a photo captures a moment, your interactions can create an emotional imprint on his mind. A boring, predictable date creates a faint, forgettable imprint. But a date filled with laughter, genuine connection, and a little adventure, that creates a deep, vibrant, and lasting one. When you're apart, his brain will subconsciously want to revisit those powerful, positive imprints. That's the feeling of him missing you. And of course, we have to talk about the brain's reward system, specifically the neurotransmitter dopamine. Dopamine isn't just the pleasure chemical, it's the motivation chemical. It's released when we anticipate a reward, driving us to seek out things we think will feel good. When your time together is consistently rewarding and exciting, his brain starts to associate you with that potential dopamine hit. The anticipation of seeing you again becomes a powerful motivator. You can leverage this biological process not by creating drama, but by being a consistent source of overwhelmingly positive and unique experiences. This is exactly why the old advice fails. Playing hard to get by being cold or distant just creates confusion and anxiety, not real attraction. It might trigger a short-term chase fueled by insecurity, but it doesn't build the positive emotional foundation needed for a deep, lasting longing. An iceberg is cold and dangerous. A high-value man craves a source of warmth, safety, and excitement. So, the goal isn't to be a puzzle he gives up on, but a fascinating world he can't wait to explore. These next steps are how you put this blueprint into practice. It's time to shift your mindset from, how can I get his attention, to, how can I build a life and a presence so compelling that his attention is the natural result? Let's get started. Step 2. Create unforgettable memories. The first and most important step in this blueprint is to become the source of unique joy in his life. This is so much more than just having a good time. Anyone can have a good time. Your goal is to create truly memorable, peak experiences that stand out from the noise of his everyday life. Remember, our brains don't remember days, they remember moments. And research has consistently shown that couples who try new and exciting things together feel more satisfied and connected. The principle at play here is emotional association. When you lead the way to experiences that are fun, new, and engaging, his brain creates a powerful link between you and feelings of excitement and happiness. These aren't just dates. They're deposits into his emotional memory bank. When you're apart, his mind will naturally drift back to these highlights, and the craving for that feeling, the craving for you, starts to build. So what does this actually look like? It means breaking free from the boring dinner and a movie routine. Routine is the enemy of memory. To create an unforgettable imprint, you need to introduce novelty and a sense of shared adventure. First, think about activities that create playful competition or teamwork. Things like hitting up an arcade, playing mini-golf, trying a new board game cafe, or taking a cooking class together. These activities are brilliant because they inject fun and laughter, which are powerful bonding agents. They also create a sense of us, whether you're working together or engaging in some friendly rivalry. When you're both laughing after a failed attempt at making pasta from scratch, you're not just having fun, you're creating a unique, shared story. That's a powerful emotional imprint. Second, tap into shared discovery. This could be as simple as exploring a neighborhood you've never been to, going on a spontaneous road trip, or trying a type of food that's new to both of you. By breaking your geographic routine, you create new and vivid shared memories. When you discover a hidden bookstore or find the best tacos in an unexpected part of town, that spot becomes your place. It's a landmark on the emotional map of your connection. Third, and this is so important, is the art of engaging the senses. Our memories aren't just stories, they're sensory experiences. Think about how to make a memory multisensory. Don't just go for a walk. Go for a walk on the beach where you can hear the waves, feel the sand, and smell the salt in the air. Don't just cook dinner. Put on a specific playlist, light a scented candle, and talk about the flavors. When you do this, you're embedding the memory deeper into his mind. Later, if he hears a song from that playlist or smells a similar scent, it won't just remind him of a date, it will reactivate the feelings he had with you. This is known as the Proust phenomenon, where a smell or sound unlocks a flood of involuntary memory and emotion. The key here is to be the curator of the experience, not the sole entertainer. It's not about putting on a show. It's about inviting him into a shared adventure. Frame it with playful enthusiasm. I've always wanted to try this, and I feel like it would be hilarious to do together. Your genuine excitement is contagious. When you consistently associate yourself with novelty, laughter, and joy, you become more than someone he dates. You become a feeling. And that's a feeling he'll find himself craving every time he's bored at his desk on a Tuesday afternoon. Step 3. Master emotional contrast. Give depth before you give distance. This next step is one of the most powerful and misunderstood ideas in attraction. Mastering emotional contrast. A lot of people hear this and think it means being hot and cold or playing manipulative games. That is not what this is about. That kind of behavior just creates anxiety and will push a secure, healthy man away. True emotional contrast is about creating a dynamic between deep, focused presence and natural, healthy absence. It's the principle that makes a warm fire feel even better after you've been out in the cold. The goal is to make your presence so vibrant and engaging that the space you leave behind feels like a tangible loss. It's a two-part process: maximum presence followed by natural absence. First, maximum presence. When you are with him, you need to be fully with him. This is the depth part of the equation. It means your phone is away, not just face down, but out of sight. It means practicing active listening, where you're not just waiting for your turn to talk, but you're genuinely curious. Ask open-ended questions that go beyond, "How was your day?" Try something like, "What was the most interesting thought you had today?" Or, "What's something you're excited about right now?" When you're fully present, you create a bubble of intense connection. In a world full of distractions, your undivided attention is one of the rarest and most valuable gifts you can give. Make eye contact, laugh at his jokes, touch his arm when he says something that resonates. This focused presence makes him feel seen, heard, and valued on a deep level. He feels like he's the only person in the world. This is the warmth you must establish first. Now, for part 2, natural absence. After you've created this incredibly connected experience, you let a natural period of space occur. This is the distance, and it's essential that it comes from you being genuinely busy and fulfilled, not from a game of making him wait. Your absence should be a byproduct of you being engaged with your own world. This means you don't have to text him an hour after the date to say what a great time you had. Let the experience breathe. Let him be the first to reach out. When he does, you don't have to respond in 5 seconds. You're not being rude. You're just showing that you have a life that doesn't revolve around your phone. When he asks you out again, you might not be available the very next day because your calendar has things on it that are important to you. This creates a healthy version of what psychologists call an intermittent reinforcement schedule. Because your presence is so rewarding, maximum presence, and its availability isn't constant, natural absence, the anticipation of seeing you again becomes a source of excitement and craving. His imagination starts to do the work for you, replaying the great time you had and looking forward to the next one. Think of it this way. The depth of his longing for you when you're apart is directly proportional to the depth of connection you create when you're together. If your time together is just okay, your absence will be unnoticeable. But if your time together is exceptional, your absence creates a vacuum. That contrast is what makes his heart grow fonder. It's not a game. It's the natural rhythm of a healthy, attractive dynamic. If this idea of mastering your presence and building a life that creates natural absence is clicking for you, I want to invite you to go a little deeper. I've put together a free guide called The Unforgettable Blueprint: 3 core shifts to becoming a high-value woman he can't stop thinking about. It expands on these principles with actionable prompts and mindset shifts you can start using today. You can download it for free at the link in the description. It's my gift to you for taking this step towards reclaiming your power. Now, let's get to the step that makes all of this work. Step 4. Cultivate a thriving, independent life. This step is the engine that drives the entire framework. Without it, the other steps are just hollow tactics. You can't pretend to have a full life. You have to actually build one. Cultivating a thriving, independent life is the ultimate act of becoming a high-value woman, and it is absolutely magnetic. A man isn't captivated by the life you might build together. He's captivated by the vibrant, fulfilling life you're already living. The psychology here is that attraction is often a byproduct of admiration. We are drawn to people with passion, purpose, and a strong sense of self. When your happiness isn't dependent on him, it fundamentally changes the dynamic. You shift from seeking validation to having a full cup to share from. That lack of neediness signals confidence, security, and emotional maturity. He's free to desire you without feeling the pressure of being your sole source of happiness. So, how do you actively build this life? First, reconnect with your passions. What did you love to do before you met him? What hobbies have you let slide? Bring them back. Whether it's painting, hiking, learning a language, or joining a dance class, invest energy into activities that light you up. This makes you a more interesting person, expands your social circle, and most importantly, fills your own well of happiness. Second, invest in your purpose and personal growth. This could be related to your career, your education, or a personal development journey. Are you working towards a promotion? Thinking of starting a side project? Committed to a fitness goal? When a woman has her own goals and is actively working towards them, she radiates a sense of direction that is incredibly compelling. It shows that her life has its own beautiful trajectory. He is not the center of your universe. He's a welcome addition to a universe that's already spinning. Third, nurture your friendships. Don't be the person who disappears the moment she's in a relationship. Your friends and family are your foundation. Make time for girls' night. Call your sister. These relationships provide support, perspective, and a sense of belonging that should never be outsourced to a romantic partner. When he sees you have a rich network of people who love and value you, it's subconscious social proof that you're a person worth keeping around. When you're genuinely engaged in your own thriving life, the natural absence we just talked about happens automatically. You're not playing busy. You are busy. You have other priorities because your life is full and exciting on its own. You can show this without being boastful. When he asks what you did over the weekend, you'll have real stories to tell about the hike you went on with friends or the progress you made on a personal project. You are showing, not just telling, that you are a complete and fascinating individual. This is the ultimate reframe. The goal isn't to get the guy. The goal is to build a life you are madly in love with. When you achieve that, the right guy will be a natural fit. He will see you thriving and happy on your own, and he'll want to be a part of the incredible world you've created. He'll have to work to fit into your life, rather than you trying to fit into his. He'll miss you, not just because you're away, but because he's missing out on the energy of the world you inhabit. Step 5. Leave him wanting more, the art of gradual revelation. In a world of oversharing, the ability to maintain a little mystery is a superpower. But let's be clear, this is not about being cold, secretive, or deceptive. That's a game that just creates distrust. True mystery, in the context of attraction, is the art of gradual revelation. It's about understanding that the process of discovery is one of the most exciting parts of a new connection. You're not a book to be read in one sitting. You're a captivating novel that he gets to enjoy chapter by chapter. The psychology here is rooted in human curiosity. We are naturally drawn to the unknown. When you don't lay all your cards on the table at once, you create space for his imagination to work. He starts to wonder about you and emotionally invest in the process of getting to know you. By pacing